Uh, Good afternoon, friends. Welcome to another episode of hydrocarbons. This is part two, where we are dealing with the chemical properties of hydrocarbons, typically chemical properties of alkanes. So, in the previous class, we have discussed with the preparation of alkanes, okay, and now we'll begin with some of the chemical properties of alkanes. The first chemical property, what I have considered for discussion, is combustion. So what exactly is combustion over here? When an alkane or when alkanes are heated in presence of air or oxygen, it oxidizes to give carbon dioxide and water. This refers to complete combustion, that is, a hydrocarbon, an organic compound containing only carbon and hydrogen, when it is heated in presence of air or in excess supply of oxygen, it will completely oxidize, that is, the carbon will be converted into carbon dioxide and the hydrogen present in the hydrocarbon will be converted into water, and the reaction is called as combustion reaction. Now this is a highly exothermic reaction. Guys, what do we mean by the term exothermic? Exothermic refers to all those reactions that give out or liberate huge amount of energy. In thermodynamics, the enthalpy change of an exothermic reaction is represented as a negative value. So what is an exothermic reaction? The reaction in which energy is released is called as an exothermic reaction. Now, hence these hydrocarbons, because they are exothermic, they give out huge amount of energy. They are used as fuels in the automobiles as well as in the industries. Let us look into the combustion reaction. See, methane in its gaseous state, when it is heated with oxygen, excess supply of oxygen, 2 moles, you end up in getting carbon dioxide and water. This is a very simple reaction representing the combustion of hydrocarbon, the first member of alkane. Right? Now, if you look at the enthalpy change delta H, it is minus 890 kilojoule per mole. The negative sign indicates that energy is given out to the surrounding, hence it is an exothermic reaction. A very important fact regarding that exothermic reaction, it may be asked in the CET examinations. Okay, which among the following is the fine example of an exothermic reaction? The complete combustion of hydrocarbons is the best example, and that is the reason why they are used as fuels. Now, general combustion equation for any of the alkane can be given by a general reaction. Alkane, as we know, is represented by the formula CnH2n plus 2, general formula of alkane. When it is heated with 3n plus 1 by 2 moles of oxygen, there is some error in the reaction. Okay, you get n moles of carbon dioxide and n plus 1 moles of water. To quote an example, if n is equal to 4, okay, you end up in getting C4H10, that is butane. When it is heated with 13 by 2 moles of oxygen, you end up in getting 4 moles of carbon dioxide and 5 moles of water. So this is an example for a combustion reaction. The mobile, I think, does not support that format. That's why there were question marks over there. Maybe in the link I'll just share with the PDF also. That would be helpful to you. The chemical properties of alkanes coming down to incomplete combustion. So in case of an incomplete combustion, the carbon will remain as it is, whereas the hydrogen will be oxidized to water. So when the methane is incompletely combusted, you end up in getting carbon black and few moles of water. This carbon black is used in ink, etc. Okay, it is used in ink, black pigments, filters, etc. Then the controlled oxidation. So when alkanes are heated in presence of a catalyst at a high pressure, you call it as a controlled oxidation. Now understand here, complete combustion can be called as complete oxidation. incomplete where carbon remains as it is without undergoing any change. And in case of controlled oxidation, it is the person who is carrying out the experiment who will direct the product, desired product. How? By the use of catalyst. Using different catalyst, we can end up in different products by the same reaction. Example. See, we have got methane when it is treated with oxygen in presence of copper at a temperature of 573 Kelvin and 100 atmospheric pressure. We end up in getting methanol. That means in presence of copper at a high temperature and a high pressure, methane will give you an alcohol. Alkane will give you an alcohol. Coming round to the next example. Again, if we take methane, treat it with oxygen, now in presence of molybdate, MO2O3 molybdate at high temperature, okay, you end up in getting formaldehyde or methanol. So you got aldehyde when you are using molybdate, you got alcohol when you are using copper. So this is the role of catalyst over there. So you get methanol or formaldehyde. The other example, if we start with ethane, treat it with oxygen in presence of manganese acetate as a catalyst and high temperature definitely, you end up in getting ethanoic acid as the product or acetic acid as the product. So when you are using manganese acetate, you get acid. When you are using molybdate, you get formaldehyde. When you are using copper at 523 Kelvin, you are going to get alcohol. So this is the role of catalyst. They will direct the products, desired products. Well, next comes the other example for controlled oxidation. Here, if I start with a tertiary kind of alkane. What do you mean by a tertiary alkane? A tertiary alkane is one which contains a tertiary carbon atom, a carbon that is bonded to three different alkyl chains. A carbon that is bonded to three different alkyl chains is called as, or three alkyl chains, may be different, may not be different, three alkyl chains, it is called as a tertiary carbon atom. Example being 2-methyl propane or tertiary butane, it is called as. So this is the tertiary carbon, and the hydrogen attached to tertiary carbon is called as a tertiary hydrogen. So when tertiary carbon atoms or tertiary alkanes, when they are treated with KMnO4, potassium permanganate, dilute condition alli, potassium permanganate jotege treat madidre, we are going to get an oxidized product where a tertiary alkane will be converted into tertiary alcohol. Tertiary carbon, tertiary hydrogen bond is replaced over here. This point you have to remember. Tertiary alcohol ಬರ್ತದೆ. Reaction ಆಗಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ tertiary carbon ಮತ್ತೆ tertiary hydrogen atom ನಡುವೆ. One special example which where I feel is very important for JEE examination, a cyclic compound ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ. So I have got methyl cyclohexane. So this methyl cyclohexane, when it is treated with KMnO4, you'll observe madri, this is the tertiary carbon atom. Bond line formula ide, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. when it is treated with KMnO4, what is the result ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಒಂದು OH ಬರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ನೋಡೋಣ ಅದೇ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ, that's it, you get an OH. got an idea? ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಗಮನ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು. ಸಿಟಿದಲ್ಲಿ KMnO4 ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ನಡುವೆನೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಟರ್ಷರಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ನಡುವೆನೆ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಯಾವಾಗ KMnO4 ಡೈಲ್ಯೂಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ. ದೆನ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಐಸೋಮರೈಸೇಷನ್. ವಿ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಐಸೋಮೆರಿಸಮ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕಂಪೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಮಾಲಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಬಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ chemical properties are called as isomers and the phenomena is called as isomerism. Typically, structural isomerism is very important for us and typically for hydrocarbons. Study ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. What is structural isomerism ಅಂತಂದಾಗ, organic compounds having the same molecular formula but differing in their structural formula are called structural isomers, and the phenomena is called as structural isomerism. ಗೈಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೇನು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಐಸೋಮೆರಿಸಮ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ, ಐಸೋಮರೈಸೇಷನ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟೆಂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಟಮ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಅಟಮ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತವೆ. ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಲುಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. N alkanes on heating in presence of anhydrous AlCl3 and HCl gas. This is isomerization reagent. Anhydrous AlCl3 and HCl gas. Dry HCl gas ತಕೊಂಡ್ರು ನಡೀತದೆ. Okay. Your normal alkane will give you a branched alkane. Example ನೋಡಿ. So I have got N-hexane, CH3, CH2 4 times ಓದಬೇಕು ನಾವು. Condensed formula ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೇನೆ. When you treat it with anhydrous AlCl3 and HCl, you get, see, look here, look at the product. You get 2-methyl pentane. Number of carbon atom, number of hydrogen atoms same adav. You get 3-methyl pentane. Number of carbon atoms, number of hydrogen atoms same adav. This phenomena where a normal chain gets converted into a branch chain. Okay, so they are chain isomers and the phenomena is called as isomerization. Next comes aromatization. Guys, we know what is an aromatic compound. Simple definition ನಾನು ಕೊಡಬೇಕಪ್ಪ ಬೆನ್ಸನಾಯ್ಡ್ ಅರೋಮ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ಗೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ all those organic compounds that contain at least one benzene ring are called as benzenoid aromatic compounds, right? So aromatization ದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು, we start with a normal alkane and we end up in getting a benzene or a derivative of benzene. Let us look at the reaction. In present there are various catalysts. 773 Kelvin temperature ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, 10 to 20 atmospheric pressure ಇರ್ತದೆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ. Vanadium pentoxide V2O5 can be used, molybdate MO2O3 can be used, or chromic oxide CrO3 can be used, etc. Various catalysts can be used over here. Look at this. Aromatization is also called as a reforming reaction. Look at the reaction. I start with a hexane, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3. N-hexane ಇದು ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ಕೆಟಲಿಸ್ಟ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕ್ರೋಮಿಕ್ ಆನ್ಹೈಡ್ರೈಡ್ Cr2O3, ವೆನಾಡಿಯಂ ಪೆಂಟಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ V2O5, ಮಾಲಿಬ್ಡೇಟ್ MO2O3, ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಬರೆದ್ರೂ ಸಾಕು. ಯು ನೀಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಆಲ್ ದಿ ತ್ರೀ, ಎನಿ ಒನ್ ವುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸಫಿಷಿಯಂಟ್. At 773 Kelvin and 10 to 20 atmospheric pressure, you end up in getting benzene, and the reaction is called as aromatization reaction. The next is the reaction with steam. You know what is steam? Steam is nothing but when the water is heated above its boiling point, that is 100 degrees Celsius, you end up in getting water vapor, hot water vapor, and that hot water vapor, gaseous water, is called as steam. Now when methane reacts with steam, it ends up in giving carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Guys, ನೆನಪು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ವಾಟರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, so this particular reaction is very, very important in the production of hydrogen in the industries. So methane treated with steam ಬರೆಯೋ ಬದಲಿ G ಬರೆದ್ರು ಸಾಕು, you end up in getting carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Here nickel is used as catalyst. The reaction is the reaction of alkanes with steam giving you water gas, carbon monoxide plus hydrogen. ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್, ಜೊತೆ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮೊನಾಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾವು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್, ಪ್ರೊಬಾಬ್ಲಿ ದಿ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, ಪೈರೋಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್. ಕ್ರ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್. ಪೈರೋ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಹೈ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್. ಪೈರೋಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ a large chain will be broken down into small fragments, and those fragments are called as those small molecules are called as fragments, and the phenomena is called as cracking, breaking down. No, higher alkanes on heating at a high temperature decompose to give lower alkenes, alkynes, etc. This reaction is called as pyrolysis or cracking, a very, very important reaction in the petroleum industry. Some of the most important reaction, the decomposition of higher alkane to smaller fragments is called as pyrolysis. This takes place through the free radical mechanism, ಅಂದರೆ ಹೋಮೋಲೈಸಿಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಈ ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ C6H14. ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಅಟಮ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ. let us see. At 773 Kelvin, the first possible pyrolysis or cracking ಏನು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, you end up in getting C6H12 and H2. ಅಲ್ಕೇನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಕೀನ್ ಆಯಿತು, ಹೆಕ್ಸೇನ್ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಹೆಕ್ಸೀನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ C4H8 that is your butene and C2H6 that is your ethane. Count ಮಾಡಿ, C4 plus C2 C6, H8 plus H6 H14. So in number of what we call the carbon and hydrogen will remain the same. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮರಿಬಾರ್ದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದಾಗ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೆಟ್ propene C3H6, you can get ethene C2H4, and you can get methane CH4. So this is called as pyrolysis reaction. Other example, dodecane in ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. Dodecane, when it is heated at 773 Kelvin in presence of nickel, platinum or palladium catalyst, 973 Kelvin, because it's quite larger chain, so I require more temperature. Illondu logic, larger the size of the chain, greater is the temperature required for its cleavage. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, C7H16 that is our heptane and C5H10 that is pentene ಬರ್ತದೆ, and other products also. ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು. let it be like a homework to you. ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಿ. So this is pyrolysis. As I said earlier, it is used in the preparation of petrol and kerosene from gasoline. Right? So this is for the class, and thank you very much. Right? We come to an end.